Hi, thanks for coming on. Andy speaking, Monday 28th of November, just coming up 7 o'clock. Looking ahead to games tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday in the World Cup. Don't forget, we're getting towards the end of the group stages now, so it's must-win territory for some teams. Right, let's get into this tomorrow. Ecuador, Senegal, 44, 25, 31. I think there's a little bit in Ecuador, 0.15. I've been impressed with them, I have to say. They look a solid unit. It all depends if Valencia plays. I'm going to bet them anyway. We'll come to the bets in a minute. But I'm going to bet Ecuador tomorrow. I think they're a decent side. And I think they've certainly got the beating of Senegal. Holland, Qatar, 78. That's the highest rating I've ever given a team. Shows the distance between these two. But they're not fives on shots. Holland, they'll win. No question. I've little doubt about that. But... yeah, 78% is fives on is too short. That, as I say, that's the highest rating figure I've ever given a team. Iran, USA, 30, 24, 46. I'm going to bet Iran as well. I think 3-1's far too big. I could kick myself for not backing them last time, and Australia the other day, because there was, I think, 0.75 in both of those. It was just a bit below though, and this is a little bit below what I like to sort of see. 30%. I like it to be a little bit higher than that, but I'm going to bet them. I nothing against the USA. I think they are a really good footballing side. They just lack something up the top end of the pitch. I think they'll control this game. They'll have the majority of the possession, but I can see Iran certainly scoring. And can you see the USA scoring? That's can you? It's tough, isn't it? Wales, England, 11, 20, 69. I think England will win. I've got a bet in this game, and I'm going to bet England in another way as well, but I think they'll win, absolutely no question. I spoke to a friend of mine who works for the Daily Express yesterday, and they're really cross with the Welsh over something that was said. I don't know what it is, it doesn't bother me, but England really do, want to give it to Wales, and I think they will. You often find with decent clubs in tournaments like this, they'll have a fantastic game. Everybody will be, oh yeah, they're brilliant, they're going to win. Then they go and have a poor game the next game, and everyone then gets on their back, and then they bounce back. And England, I fully expect that to happen. I think England will, well, I'm not going to say it could be a rout, but it's quite possible. But I think they'll win, no question. That's a really high figure. Wednesday, Tunisia, France, 12, 23, 65. There's nothing in any of these games, although I'm going to have some bets, which we'll come to. France are already through. It just depends how they see it. Tunisia are impotent. But I would probably expect Deschamps to make some changes for the French. Australia, Denmark, 14, 24, 62. Twos on Denmark is short. I do think they'll win. That's the thing. I'm going to have a bet in the game, and we'll come to that. I do think they'll win. They're too good not to win, and I think they're going to be fully revved up. They've got 1 point on the board, and they know that if they beat Australia, then they'll be through. They'll beat Australia. I've little doubt about that, and I think, well, we'll come to that in a minute. Saudi Arabia, Mexico, 21, 24, 55. I was hoping to back the Saudis. I really was, but sadly, bookmakers have got them in the same price as me. There's nothing in the game. I don't like Mexico. I backed them the other day against Poland. I thought they should have won, but there's nothing up top for them. They played well in patches again against Argentina, but there's just nothing up top, and I can just see the Saudis giving it to them. I really can. And if Saudis get a goal, then it's going to be a struggle for Mexico to find the net, because, as I say, there's nothing up top for them. Poland, Argentina, 12, 22, 66. Again, far too short a price. I think Argentina will probably win. I don't think they're going to win the World Cup, and not impressed at all with them. But I do think they'll win. There's some really high ratings here. I mean, if we go back here, Holland 78, England 69. They're really high ratings. France 65, Denmark 62, Argentina 66. I mean, I never do five folds or rackers or anything like that because it's such bad value and it's the way to the poorhouse. Because when you think there's three results possible in any match, and then you're trying to do that twice, do you see what I mean? It's you often don't get paid enough when you're doing accumulators. But if you were going to do Holland, England, France, Denmark and Argentina, I wouldn't put you off because I do expect all of those to win. But you know what it's like when you're doing accumulators, there's always that one, isn't there, that lets you down. But if I had to go with it, I would certainly go with Holland, England, Denmark and Argentina. I'm not so sure on France because they're already through, and I don't think they'll care who they play in the next round. They'll be confident they can beat anybody. Right, this is the bets I'm having. So these are over a couple of days. Ecuador to beat Senegal, 1.29 to 20. That's Betfair Sportsbook. Betfair Sportsbook, that's with Ecuador to beat Senegal. Iran to beat USA, 1 point, 16 to 5 Bet UK. Right, England half-time, full-time, 2 points to win, 13 to 10 with Corals. I think they will be out the traps, bang at it tomorrow, and I think they'll be in front early and win the game comfortably. I think the same thing can be said of Denmark. I'm going with Denmark half-time and full-time against Australia. It's must-win territory for Denmark, and I was quite impressed early on the other day against the French. But I think they'll be really out quick and at it against Australia, and I think they'll win half-time or full-time. And I'm going to do England-Denmark double, 2 points to win. That's 1.28 with Bet UK, just a shade over 5 to 4 that is. And I'm going to do an England and Denmark half-time and full-time double, 1 point, and that pays 4.45 to 1 with Corals. That's almost 9 to 2. I think all of those are decent bets. Right, results so far, 2.96 up. Had a really good winner, didn't we? That Morocco to beat Belgium. Belgium are awful. Don't like them at all. That was a bit of a speculative one, wasn't it? The old Mexico-Argentina. Spain, gutted about that. Croatia really turned it on, didn't they, against Canada? They're a good side, Croatia. I had little doubt they'd win that game, but I did expect it to be a 1-0 or something like that. But 2.96 up, and we're what, 7 or 8 days in. I'm happy with that. Point a week from these sort of bets will do me, and hopefully we'll land the outright. I really do think, though, it's going to be one of those two, Brazil or France. I really do. I think they're by far the best sides here. So just back quickly then, those are the bets. Ecuador to beat Senegal, Iran to beat USA, England half-time, full-time, Denmark half-time, full-time, England, Denmark double, England, Denmark half-time, full-time double. I think that is an excellent price. I'm really confident that bet will land. I'm only doing it to a point though, but you know, I don't bet big at tournaments like this. And if you look up there, well, I mean, on the results page, it says I bet this at a quarter of what I do usual football, because I'm not a fan of cup competitions, but I do like games where teams need to win, and the big team does usually produce. And as I say, I think that's some good prices. So that's it. We'll be back Wednesday, and we'll look at Thursday's games and Fridays, and we'll move on from there. Members, just to say, very strong bets gone out tonight. You should have that. Check your emails. I expect movement on that price. That's it. Bye for now.